Breaking news, gunfire at a funeral. Tonight, 6 people are shot, 2 of them dead after a chaotic night in Flatbush, Brooklyn.
But first tonight, fire is raging in Baltimore. Mobs of rioters targeting police cars, SWAT teams, and stores. And tonight, Maryland's governor declares a state of emergency. Good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. Here's the very latest on this breaking story as we take a look at live pictures over Baltimore right now. The National Guard has been called in, 15 officers hurt, some hospitalized. 27 rioters have been arrested so far. CBS 2's Weijia Jiang has been following this story. She is here now with the latest. Weijia.
Well, Maurice, right now the National Air Guard is there. They are ready to support Baltimore in every way. The governor of Maryland called on every state agency, in fact, to support them. 5,000 troops with the National Guard are ready to work, many of them already out patrolling the streets, trying to restore some kind of order.
A fiery end to a day of emotionally charged protests in Baltimore. As night fell, flames ripped through a massive building under construction.
It's hitting homes. Apparently behind this, there are homes that are on fire.
A reporter from our CBS station in Baltimore stood just feet away from one of 4 fires linked to the riots, alongside firefighters working to put them out. Earlier, angry crowds plunged the city into chaos, throwing bricks and rocks at police officers, storming a CVS pharmacy, running out with armfuls of merchandise before setting the store on fire. Even the sight of police triggered more violence. Watch as dozens surround and tear apart a cop car. A SWAT team arrives, clearing the scene except for one man who was tackled by an officer. Other vehicles burned in the street, sending plumes of black smoke into the air. At one point, rioters even tried to sabotage the firefight by cutting holes in a water hose. The mayor, who's lived in Baltimore her whole life, vows to take swift action against those responsible.
I'm at a loss for words because it just doesn't, it is idiotic to think that by destroying your city that you're going to make life better for anybody.
Officers responded to rioters in force, carrying batons and using tear gas to disperse crowds while forming many human barricades.
15 officers were injured. It's 2 of them are still hospitalized. It's unacceptable.
The city's police department reported it had a credible threat that gangs were working together to, quote, take out law enforcement officials. Ironically, it was supposed to be a day of peace as family and friends laid Freddie Gray to rest. The 25-year-old man who died after suffering a spinal cord injury in police custody.
This could have been their city, and it's going to be their city because this is a reactionary situation. People are doing things they're feeling right now. You can only put so much into a pressure cooker before it pops.
Gray's family says they are shocked and hope to organize a peace march this week.
The mayor imposed a week-long curfew beginning tomorrow from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day, saying the only people allowed to be out are either going to work or have an emergency. Maurice.
Which is devastating for us who don't even live there to watch this. But you worked there for a while. It's got to be just difficult to watch, right?
It's so hard to watch this. You're seeing the city burning right now. And I'll tell you, for as gritty as the city is, it's filled with so much love, and that's what we're seeing. People love their city so much that when they feel like they're under attack in any way, they respond, and they're hurting and they're passionate. But I just want to make clear, like we saw in Ferguson or here in New York City, this is still just a small group of people creating this chaos. And unfortunately, it's the way the whole city is being portrayed. And I just think that's unfair because even though people are so passionate about this city, this is just a bad group.
Just curious, though, why this particular neighborhood?
You know, this is a neighborhood where it's not just 1 or 2 boarded up homes. You go to this neighborhood and there are streets just filled with homes that are boarded up. It looks like a war zone. And so I think that there's just this underlying desperation and feeling that we don't have anything. So what we do have is our voices and, unfortunately, our ability to make bad decisions, to express the pain.
Weijia Jiang, thank you. Appreciate that insight.
And, of course, we will have the latest for you first thing in the morning, 4:30 a.m. CBS 2 News this morning and CBS This Morning beginning at 7 tomorrow.